Hey, Saurabh this side. In this lecture, I will provide the details about the typecasting and also types of typecasting. In the previous lecture, I will provide the difference between the string and the string builder with an example. Now, typecasting. Whenever we declare any type of variable in a C# or in Visual Studio, then after we cannot able to declare same type of variable in this. And also whenever we assign any type of value on that variable, then to assign the variable with the different types of the value unless that is implicit type convertible to the variable types. Means we cannot assign into the string type directly. I will show you with an example. Now moving in the Visual Studio. Here, suppose if I write any type of integer, int I is equal to 10, if I write there, then after what I'm going to do, I'm just converting directly. Converting, that means the value of integer has been going to save into the string value. What happens there? Look at it's showing in compile time error. Cannot implicitly convert type into string. Means we cannot directly assign the value of integer to the string. So this one is the definition of it. But what happens? But sometimes we need a copy of value like store in the different types of variable. We need to do so. This is called the typecasting. This is called a typecasting in it. Because of it, we want to save the some copy of the value to the another type, like integer to double. Okay. This one is the type. Then after there are two types of castings are there. That is implicit casting and explicit casting. Now moving on the implicit casting. Implicit casting means whenever a value has been stored to fit into another variable without losing or truncating the data, then it comes under implicit casting, or that is also called an implicit casting. In it, we take an example of an integer and a double. Whenever we are going to save or store the integer value into the double variable, then it doesn't throw any error, and because compiler implicitly converts the value. Moving in Visual Studio, here it's thrown an error. Okay, but what happens if I like write double d is equal to and directly I there? Look it doesn't throw any type of error. Means it's completely fine. The integer value has been directly stored in the double d. Double is a data types there, and while printing the value, console dot write line d. Look at no error is shown here, and console dot read line. Okay, look at it's working properly. Here I stored the I is equal to 10 and double d is equal to I. Now look at the value of d is printed here as 10, as I'm assigning the value 10 in integer and assigning the I into the double d. So that's why it's directly implicitly, that's called a implicitly typecasting. In it, no need to specify which type of cast we needed. Means we haven't specified what type of casting is required. It has been done with the help of a compiler. So this is the main difference, or the explanation of the implicit casting. Now here explicit casting, whenever at the time of casting, if casting cannot be done, means there's having a chances of losing of data and also the losing of information, then on that time compilers require explicit casting. So in this casting, there might data must be lost, or also there's maybe error occurs at the time of the casting. So for casting, we need to how we do explicit casting in it. Like firstly, what we do, we write a data type through in which we want to convert and the value which we want to convert. So this is the process of writing the explicit casting. So I will show you with an example. That one is here. Suppose, look at, if I'm going to write double here, double like this one I removed from here, double D is equal to suppose and 10.256. And then after, what I'm going to do, I'm just writing int I is equal to and D. Look at it throwing an error. What is showing to me? That cannot implicitly convert type double to int, and explicit conversion exists, means require the explicit conversion for it. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just putting a parenthesis here and write the integer like the destinated value, means the value which we want to convert. Look at the error is gone from here. And while printing the value of I, what happens? There's having loss of data. How? I will show you. Firstly, I build a project and then after try to run from here. Look at the value of the D right now here is 10.256, but what's the output I get? Only 10. There's having loss of data of 0.256. So while explicit casting, there's having loss of data sometimes, and sometimes it's thrown an error to us. So this one is the explanation of the explicit casting. Then after, what I'm going to do here. In the next lecture, I will provide the difference between a cast and a convert, and also the difference between the convert.toString and the toString in C#. Thank you.